Early 65, I had a European patient coming to see me at the King George VI Hospital for consultation. He had been advised to go to Guy's Hospital to have a very difficult wisdom tooth removed. And when he heard that I had been qualified at Guy's, he decided to come and consult me, because if he could have it removed here, it would be better than wait for 6 months before he goes on leave. So I felt this was a beautiful opportunity to break the glass ceiling, as it were. So I admitted him at Princess Elizabeth Hospital, and of course they couldn't stop me from operating at the time. And then the ice was, at least the ice was broken. My own colleagues were not allowed until later, 60, from probably 68, 69, that other Kenyan surgeons or physicians were allowed to use the
Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Ruja Gero, and this is Political Headache. I am here in the studio with Odhiambo Otieno, the gentleman that has been defending Tuju for the last 1 week.
They get off some order.
People of the internet, there is scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. And at the Political Headache, we have been going over these issues and wondering what is really the story behind the story. We have the people at the Nairobi hospital under siege. That's what the Luos say, but they're actually under siege. And we are wondering what exactly is going on. We have been digging deep into this story, and we want to discuss it. And perhaps when I was talking to Joachim before that, Joachim was telling me that this is a hospital that was never even meant for Kenyans in the first place, because it was purely for Europeans, some that were wounded from World War I, World War II.
That was World War II.
That World War II.
Yeah.
Today we are just here to talk about this issue and find out, where did the rain start beating them? What kind of hospital is it? And I want to start with the political temperature and invite Joachim, who has been in the Royal County of Kakamega, Vihiga, and other places doing the Lord's work. How are you, Mr. Joachim?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Yes.
What have you been up to in Kakamega and other parts of Luhyaland?
I was in Luhyaland to spread the gospel of liberation, spearheaded by the agenda that is liberating. And my observation of the ground temperatures in Kakamega and Vihiga is that the status quo is going to have a very, very, very difficult time. Because you meet the mothers. I wanted to have a taste of what these people keep on telling us, that you are just on social media, real voters are down here. So I went to meet the real voters, and the impression was very awesome. It gives me hope that actually change is nigh. Yes, yes. And the weather in Kakamega is very good.
You are saying that it is more beautiful than the one in Kisumu.
Yeah, when you leave Kakamega and enter Kisumu, things start changing.
Yeah.
Kakamega, according to me, it's more vibrant. It gives you the taste of city life. When I jetted into Kisumu, it was hot and dull. I don't know why.
I guess that is Odhiambo's city, and I'm wondering, no, it's not actually his city. He's come from Kosovo, Homa Bay.
But I think all the vibrant people from Kisumu are in Nairobi. That's why it's hot and dull.
Yeah. All the vibrant people, like Odhiambo and the rest of them.
Yes.
I think that is the issue. When you hear about the issue of Nairobi Hospital, what is it that comes to mind?
Giving the historical point of view, whenever something happens on anything, I tend to look at the genesis of this particular thing that we are talking about. And just to give an overview of how did we come to have Nairobi Hospital exist. Because initially, before Nairobi Hospital was established, there was a hospital called King George VI, which is now called Kenyatta Hospital. But now, at the end of World War II, a lot of the white people were trooping in because their countries had been vandalized by effects of war. So they were looking for a safe haven, and Kenya happened to be one. So as they were coming in now, the King George VI Hospital was inadequate in providing medical needs that was needed by the white people. So there was need to have something else, something that can take care of the needs of a white person, because apparently he's a superior human being. And so there was this association. I remember the name?
The association, it was called Kenya European Hospital Association. I think something like that.
Yes.
We are gonna get the name. Yeah, go ahead.
The Kenya European Hospital Association. So their first intent was to set up a facility.
Kenya Hospital Association.
Yes.
That is what it was. That is what it later came to be. But there was Kenya European Hospital Association. Yes.
Which was headed by a very vibrant business person in Kenya, who was also white at the time, was called Rudolph. The second name is too hard for me to pronounce. So Rudolph spearheaded this, and the first thing was to come up with a legal entity, then to set up facilities. The first facility for them to set up was the dental clinic, which is now School of Law.
Yeah.
And then they later on now, in 1952, on the same date that the colonial government declared a state of emergency, which was on 19th May.
Yeah.
On that day, there was someone called Sir Evelyn Baring, who had laid a stone to establish now Nairobi Hospital. So it first opened its doors in 1956. It was particularly for the white people, with a limited number of wards, because apparently the colonial government did not have enough money to equip all the departments. And we had two doctors. One was a radiologist, and the other one was a pathologist, who had equipments. So whenever the Nairobi Hospital needed those kind of services, they could rent from the two doctors. And I think, in my own opinion, that was the first PPP we had.
That was the first PPP.
Yes, because the hospital is set up by the colonial government, but they need a private intervention for them to be able to provide the services. So that is how we came to have Nairobi Hospital. And from 1956, it first served an African in 1961, when it opened its doors for successful black people like the Charles Njonjos of the time, the Mwai Kibakis of the time. Not everyone could go to Nairobi Hospital. Even today, when you hear someone has gone to the Nairobi Hospital, you are like, that's not a person who is suffering in life. The person who has, the people who are suffering, they go to King George VI, which is Kenyatta Hospital.
Why are you calling it King George VI? Why are you calling it King George VI?
That is its first name. And you see, even look at the name of Kenyatta Hospital. From King George VI to Kenyatta Hospital. King George, who was the leader, an emperor of British. Now to a black emperor called Kenyatta. So we have just inherited a colonial system. And we've changed the name from a white colonialist to now someone, someone who looks like us.
Same to Kenyatta University. Moi University.
Even Kenyatta University, there's a hospital there that was also set up by the colonialists. It was, I forget the name. So the battle about Nairobi Hospital, when I hear it, I feel about, I remember its co-mandate. It's co-mandate. And it later on adopted the image of a hospital where the big and mighty goes. Yes, when you hear that Raila is sick, he's at Nairobi Hospital. When you hear that Magufuli is in the country, is being attended to, he's in Nairobi Hospital. So that is the preamble of the hospital of Nairobi.
I want to go back to Odhiambo. And Odhiambo, I want to understand from you what is currently going on. There is something that you sent me that took me a little bit aback. You sent me earlier on as a Facebook post by a gentleman. I think his name is Mr. Ongwae Makay. And he said something for immediate release that I do not understand. That is Nairobi the 16th, 2026. The Nairobi Hospital is not an ordinary private entity. It sits on 21 acres piece of land granted by the government under trust for the exclusive purpose of providing healthcare to the people of Kenya. So for over 70 years, it has evolved into a national and regional medical pillar. It has cared for Kenya's founding father, Mzee Hayati Jomo Kenyatta, former President Taraitich Arap Moi. It serves United Nations staff and international civil servants through a dedicated wing and has provided critical care to patients from across East Africa. Now, the gentleman is creating a chronology of events. In March 2025, he claims that concerned doctors approached the office of the Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service, Mr. Felix Koskei, who is not actually a Minister of Health. So I'm wondering why this is actually going to the corridors of Chief of Staff rather than to the Minister of Health. Okay, he says that they appealed and they are saying that Mr. Koskei directed the matter to the Attorney General, who, exercising her statutory powers under Section 800 of the Companies Act, lawfully obtained search and seizure warrants. Okay, they say that in November 2025, as governance challenges persisted, some doctors sought the intervention of the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Honorable Aden Duale. They say that they outlined the continued mismanagement, the insurance boycott that crippled the hospital, and the board's failure to provide leadership. Finally, in March 2026, all of these interventions failed to resolve the governance crisis. A group of concerned members sought an audience with the President and appealed to His Excellency the President as our patron for his intervention to save this 70-year-old national institution. And I wonder whether they are calling it national institution because as far as we are concerned, it has never treated the Olpoloi of Kenyans. Okay? So they claim that Nairobi Hospital has defied several court orders and they name those court orders. And before the day broke today, we were thinking that there is something really stinking around Nairobi Hospital, and we thought that Nairobi Hospital is a victim of state capture, is a victim of somebody who wants to perhaps possess the land at Nairobi University, Nairobi Hospital or something. But now it is, a lot of things are coming up. I'm wondering whether these are bloggers of the government or people concerned creating these stories. So anyway, let me leave it to you because you've been silent for a long time. Reeling from your
Reeling from my what?
from the Tuju issue. Yeah.
The change at TADB is unavoidable. It's coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that-
think so.
yeah,
we
that's-
talked about it yesterday, and I totally agree with you.
That change is coming. Now, that aside, I want to lay the ground for a few issues.
Okay.
One, all wars are about money.
Yes.
All wars are about
Money.
money. Two, an institution's strength is as strong or is strongest as at its weakest point or at its weakest link. So which means your strength starts and ends at your weakest link. Now that said, those two issues will inform us to understand what's going on in the Nairobi hospital. This evening, there are a few things that the people would like to understand, the public, and I think
Okay.
it's important that we lay the ground for that. The issues of public concern is, number one, the allegations of missing 9.1 billion
9.1 billion missed.
Kenya shillings, yes,
It's missing at Nairobi Hospital.
has been misappropriated. we will delve deep into that, and we will reveal how that is happening and why that is happening. Number two is the criminal prosecution of the board members that you see ongoing from yesterday.
Okay.
We will also go deep into it and find out why are they being prosecuted, because the public deserves to be informed of what the hell is going on at
Nairobi Hospital.
Nairobi Hospital. Number three is the state takeover controversy. We'll also explain if or not a state takeover is going on. And lastly, we'll talk about the impact on clinical care, but with a branch to how institutions of healthcare that have a public character but are private are run.
Explain that.
Public institutions?
No, institutions
that have a public
character, but they're privately owned. Most of these institutions operate under something called companies registered by
Guarantee.
or limited by guarantee.
Limited by guarantee. So because
They
even
are
if you-
public benefit organizations, but also
Yes.
they can run.
because even if you look at their website, it's actually at .org.
Yes. So, and many more. We have Strathmore University. We have Aga Khan is also that nature, and many more organizations. They are public. They're private, but they have a public character. And why then does it attract the massive public interest? And why we are discussing it today? Good. So that's what I think once we lay the ground, now we can run with it from there.
Yeah. Okay. Having laid the ground, I want to go back to Mr. Joachim. Joachim, in 1950, actually this thing goes before that. Because
1894.
1894.
Yeah.
It goes, maybe you should run us through that, Odhiambo.
So 1894, the missionaries start coming to Kenya.
Okay.
The initial capital or the initial headquarters of the Imperial British East African Company, Iberia Co,
Okay.
was Masaku, which is currently known as Machakos.
Machakos.
Yes.
Later on, as the railway was being constructed from Mombasa to the port city of Florence, which is currently known as Kisumu,
Yeah.
there was a development in the hill of Nairobi,
Okay.
where white foremen, etc., the guys who were leading the construction, were finding themselves liking Nairobi more, the hill of Nairobi more.
Yeah.
And so the capital was moved from Machakos to the hill up here. So that's how effectively Machakos lost the privilege of having or being the host of or being the capital city of Kenya. Now, when it moved up here later on, I think that must be about 1907 or something thereabout. We had a further shift that it was critical for people to access healthcare services, and there was a clinic, actually, a nursing home, at that very location where Nairobi Hospital is. And remember, during that time, we were operating under something called the Crown Land. We were not operating under freeholds. Okay?
What does that mean?
Which means all lands
Belong
in the
to the
protectorate
kingdom.
of the British colony belong to the King of Britain or the United Kingdom. And that means that for you to get land, you had to be allotted by the crown. All lands belong to the
Crown.
To the crown. Good. So then we move on to the next stage. So of course he said there was the King George the Sixth.
Yes.
Kenyatta Hospital, which was then established. But of course, these British people were apartheid people. They're practicing apartheid. Even in Kenya, there's apartheid.
Well, there were
Just
classes.
that we were not very loud on it, but it was pure apartheid. Whether we want to call it social classes, etc. But
There were classes.
it was pure apartheid, because there were restaurants for the white,
Yeah.
restaurants for the black, schools for the white. Like in Kisumu, there's a school called Victoria Primary School. It was meant for the white. Even today, it has the character
Of the whites.
of the white, though black children are in it. Even the black children who go to Victoria Primary School in
They
Kisumu,
behave white.
They behave white. The same to Zaverian.
That is why we have, do you know something is happening in Kisumu, mister? That people tend to give themselves two English names. Did you know that about Kisumu?
Yeah.
CG Fred Toms.
Yeah.
Then you meet with Diambutien.
Michael Clement.
Michael Clement.
Yes.
Very useless titles.
It's not useless title. It's their name. They like it like that. But I like the culture that they're adopting Luo names more. But there's that culture in Kisumu. But so especially those who went to those English schools.
But you realize that people who have been, majority of the people who have been very effective and impactful have local names.
Yes, like Odiambutieno. Yeah.
Not so much about Joachim Wabuhe. Go ahead.
You see, the
Anyway.
name is very local.
Yeah, so then when we move to the time that this hospital is being established, it was being established to provide specialized care. And of course, specialized care meant that special attention was given to the white settlers.
To the white people.
And they required a hospital of their own. And of course, then there was the English, whatever. It was a union of the whites that then proceeded to form the hospital that
Kenya
was there then.
European Hospital Alliance.
Yes.
Exactly. That then later on morphed into
They
Kenya.
removed the name European.
Yes, and left it to Kenya Hospital. Is it Kenya Hospital Alliance?
Kenya Hospital
Association.
Alliance.
Association.
Yes,
I think like the association. Yes, which is a membership-based kind of thing. Okay, which then gave birth to Nairobi Hospital. Now, in short, long and short of it, is that we are having a mongrel of management at the Nairobi Hospital, and I want us to hit right on the head of the nail. The problem at the Nairobi Hospital is that they're trying to encourage democracy in administration. Jagira must have told you in one of our sittings that as a company owner myself, I don't tolerate democracy in administration. It will never work. Because the structure of companies is as follows. Remember, number one, that all wars are about
Money.
money. Now, once you understand that, then you must understand that owners of companies or owners of organizations always have two interests in an organization. One is impact, and two is what comes back to them. So it has an outward and inward looking kind of desire. Now, the outward desire is not really important to them. What is important to them is inward, what's coming into the pocket. Nairobi Hospital has 3,000 members.
Yeah.
Whose master, what I call the master file, that has the data of these people is not clean and sits at the center of the controversy. Because,
what does that mean?
so, these members,
Okay.
remember like that I was explaining to you about shareholding.
There are pretty many. They haven't died since
Of course, of course it is. It's a standard of 3,000 members that is always added or removed. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, so there are members who fall off. Of course, if you don't meet particular standards, you fall off.
But they're members of what?
Kenya Hospital Association. It's an association.
Yes.
Which you and me can go and join. But for us to join, you must be recommended.
By one
You
of
must
them.
be invited by one of them.
I am still not clear.
This is a club.
It's
of
a club.
people who have established hospitals. So, but for you to join them, you have to look like a person who you have to look like them outside here, so that one of them
But
identifies
the
you.
only thing they own is Nairobi Hospital.
For now, what is known is
What
Nairobi
is
Hospital.
known is Nairobi
In fact,
Or what is known?
yes, as recent as I think last month, the other month, they were acquiring a loan facility from Netherlands or something of about $43 million for expansion, to have multiple facilities across the country.
Because when you look at what happened in 1950, you realize they acquired a nursing home called Maya Cadbury, which is now the School of Law, the Kenya School of Law. So these are people who have been in these institutions since their inception. So some people call them secret society.
Yeah.
But no, it's not a secret. It's a society of secrets. It's not a secret society. It's a society of secrets. That you know the society, but the secrets, you can't know them. So these are the things. So when you realize what they own, actually they acquired 2 healthcare facilities.
Okay.
Maya Cadbury and the dental clinic that is now at the Kenyatta University.
Kenyatta University?
Yes. So most of these facilities we are using, and you go to a facility, you find that it has very old buildings. You need to know what those buildings were made for, because they were put up by, and so many things were built in 1901. I don't know why. From 1901, the Europeans did a lot of infrastructure and all that as they were building railway. I'm told from 1901, there was a very big influx of the whites into the country, and there was need for them to have infrastructure that suits their needs. So,
okay, go on.
Yeah, so let's understand that bit of inward, because outward, of course, they wanted to establish a system that will take care of the healthcare. You know, wazungu watibiwe vizuri, wasikuwe na shida hapa na pale. So now, that said and done, let's understand what is the war herein. But I think I need to explain further on this context of shareholders, so that how people understand where the war is coming from, and why I say that you cannot have democracy in administration. And if you're an administrator and you're watching us, you know this. You cannot afford it. Now, one, shareholders in a company are always investing their money in that company. They're contributing their hard-earned money, hoping that at the end of the day, the business makes profit. And once it makes profit,
they plow back.
That profit is shared upon each share as a dividend. That's why Safaricom, for example, at the end of the year says, we made 5 billion shillings profit. We have shareholding, we have 2 million shares. Each share is going to receive a dividend of 0.75 or 5 shillings. So that's how people in limited companies earn their shares. Now, profit from their hard-earned money, which means you have money, you give Odur Jagero, who runs political headache, and tell him, Jagero, I'm giving you 100,000.
And I'm welcoming that money.
Yes. This 100,000.
Not 100,000. 100,000 pana nunua hata mic.
Nasema tu kidogo. Hii watu yako wanapenda
100 million yes.
Hapana, sisi watu yatenda. Hii watu yako ni watu wanajiweza kidogo. Tunakaribisha. We want to encourage the culture of investing.
Okay.
So they have somebody has 100, somebody has 1,000, okay. Somebody has 2.
Okay.
And somebody Jagiru. Mimi niko na 2,000.
Okay.
I want to invest in your company, which is political headache or media. So wanakutumia hiyo.
Okay.
And you are giving them a share in return, which means if one share is 500 shillings, you give them. So which means they're going to have 4 shares, kama likupea 2K. At the end of the year, okay, make profit na ukadivide, each share is going to earn 200 bob. It means they're going to earn 800 shillings.
Correct.
Okay? So that's how private members benefit in terms of shareholding. Now, if you are in an association like this one for Kenya Hospital Association, how do you earn? 2 ways.
Okay.
One, there's a tiered membership.
They do have it?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a tiered membership at Nairobi Hospital or at the Kenya Hospital Association. Of course, there's the basic level where I think it's above 5,000 shillings or something.
Yeah.
Then there are things that you access. For example, inpatient and outpatient discounts.
Okay.
Okay? And the rest. Then as you go higher, it is tiered in that fashion. Now, these people, these 3,000, they are owners of the hospital. Yes. Because the hospital has a body that then appoints the CEO. That body is called the hospital board. This board...
These are different from the 3,000.
They're part of the 3,000.
Part of the 3,000.
Yeah, but they're selected from the large...
The 3,000 at an AGM, elect
Okay.
The board
members.
now.
The board member.
And they can't flash out all the members at once. They can only do it
In bits.
in phased ways.
Okay.
So that they ensure there's something called institutional memory. Okay? So now, this board is what then makes the decisions,
That
the
runs
policy
hospital.
decisions, and is what also oversights the management of the hospital. Now, how is the hospital managed? It's managed by the CEO. It's run and managed by the CEO. Okay? Now, something happened in Nairobi Hospital. Nairobi Hospital every month enters about 1 to 1.6 billion shillings. At the end of the year, that is about 12 billion plus shillings every year. Now, if you compare the magnitude of what we are talking about, that is taking the size of a county, finance that is going to a county, one county,
Yes.
and putting in one facility. That is too much money.
Yes.
Now, what happens? Why is this money looking beautiful? Why is it looking attractive? It's because this board then goes to wars of eating. Are we together up there? Wars of eating, table manners. Now, the wars of eating are coming to Nairobi Hospital because of these 3,000 members, they are vested interests. So these 3,000 are not really important per se. What is important here is the board.
The board.
Because it is the board
It's a decision
who will
making
influence the CEO
to make certain decisions.
to make some procurement decisions. Because there are supply of equipment, health equipment, they're very expensive. There is tenders of buildings, supplies of
medical
of
facilities.
medical like medicine, etc.
Syringes and all.
Syringes,
those
etc. So there's so much. 9.1 billion in terms of tenders is a huge amount. So something happened in Nairobi Hospital, I think this is 2024, that fundamentally shifted the arrangement there. There was a long-serving CEO called George somebody. It was George Odundo, I think I wrote it somewhere. George Odundo. It was the longest-serving CEO there. And in 2024, he was pushed out by decision of the board. Okay? And then the drama started. So it's called the revolving door of the Nairobi Hospital. Now, the revolving door is where a CEO gets in and gets out. Another one gets in and gets out. Now, what that does to an organization is that there's loss of
money.
There's also loss of administration, and there's that lack of linkage between an institution and an officer who is managing it and the one who is
Living.
Because
he's not living at will.
He's not living at will.
Yeah.
Now, in 2025, after these wars zilikuwa mingi, Nairobi Hospital, through a CEO, that was called Bamba or who, this fellow hiked the fees of Nairobi Hospital. Because Nairobi Hospital is one of the premium most hospitals in Kenya today.
Yeah.
It's in the league. In fact, it's above the league of Aga Khan, if I can say. I even dare say here that it goes unchallenged that a president of a former president of a neighboring country died in Nairobi Hospital, and not in the hospital that was announced that he died in.
During COVID.
Magufuli.
We've not mentioned. But if the shoe fits the
If the shoe fits the foot, then why not?
But I don't know if that is the person. But I can say.
But someone died.
But someone died in Nairobi Hospital. It was jetted in and jetted out.
By the way, when somebody dies at the hospital, why is it that it is problematic that they don't want to say that such a person died in this hospital?
Let me assume that you come out here and say, ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce that Raila Odinga has breathed his last. His body is lying at Nairobi Hospital. You can imagine the kind of mess they are going to deal with. Did you see how Kararapon looked like when they announced Baba is dead? I lost. So for them to allow other sick people to enjoy the ambience of the hospital, they don't announce. And actually, before the day before they announced that Magufuli is dead, Nation newspaper had a headline that clouds of gloom hung in Dodoma as they asked, where is Magufuli? Because Magufuli had not appeared in public for like 2 weeks. Then the following day, the same newspaper reports that Magufuli is reportedly dead from, is it Dodoma or Zanzibar?
No, it was Muimbili, Australia Muimbili. Australia Muimbili is in Dar es Salaam, I think.
Dar es Salaam.
Yeah.
So there is a stature of people. Wewe ukikufia Nairobi hapa watasema. Sema tu Jagero has kicked the bucket. Has kicked the bucket. At one point you will kick the bucket. So
sisi wajaluo tuseme mtu amekick the bucket na ja kick. So bado Mungu iko pamoja na mnaji. Go ahead.
So
yeah.
Let's start from patient 0. So patient 0 is Jojo Dundo. Jojo Dundo was the CEO of Nairobi Hospital. And that's where the challenges and the mockery and the circus that we are now experiencing started.
Okay.
Jojo Dundo was very forward-looking. And of course, as a CEO, he laid the vision for Nairobi Hospital and went into an expansion spree of 5.7 billion Kenya shillings. And he wanted to establish a modern Nairobi Hospital. So if you go to Nairobi Hospital, you will find some construction that happened between 2018-19, 2020-21 hapo. There's some high rises, some ones that have stalled, and also there's an insurance question. Why am I saying patient 0? If you want to understand the progress of a hospital, you go back to the first patient who came in, and you'll understand how they've been handling. So this culture of mismanagement started at patient 0, who is Jojo Dundo. Now Jojo Dundo was accused of irregularly giving out or unilaterally giving out tenders worth 5.7 billion for construction and insurance. And the board went berserk. Because those boards are not just boards. Those boards are representation of capital interest. Those people who are doing the tenders.
What are capital interests?
Capital interests are the marketplace. Those who control the market. Those who are supplying, those who are buying.
Someone is saying Gordon, not George.
Gordon, yes. Gordon, I said Jojo Dundo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry.
it's
Gordon. It's Gordon.
Gordon.
Gordon. Thank you for the correction. It's Gordon Odundo. So Gordon was this person who was that forward-looking and distributed these amounts of money aside. Yeah. So the board does not belong to the hospital per se.
Yes.
The board is a representation
of some capital interest.
That capital interest could be Odhiambo, who is a corporate trainer, who trains at Nairobi Hospital, and has raked in over some 1 billion shillings in the past 3 years. And so I have money more than the people at the board. Majorly, they're not always very rich, by the way, those people at the board. Because the businessmen are the ones who rake in the money. Imagine 5.7 billion.
And you have to make sure that the board does not consist of rich people.
Yes. The board must never consist of rich people. It must consist of people who need you.
Yeah. People who live comfortably based on the goodwill of the capital interest.
Yes. So you give them a V8, a house in Karen, but no much liquidity.
Yes.
You understand?
You don't give them contracts at the hospital?
No, even if you give them, there are those contracts which cannot tilt the decisions. Petty cash, like 5 million, 20, you know?
20 million.
Yeah,
kuja paka rangi huku.
Kuja paka rangi, kuna hii, we supply mboga, we supply nyama. Wewe shida yako ni gani? Wewe utapata kitu kidogo hapo, wewe ni mti yangu errand boy, utapata some 30 million. Yeah. So they look rich if you look at them. So they look flashy.
So you are saying that mtu amepewa kitu ya 30 million unasema umepewa hii jugu.
That's petty cash.
Bwana.
At the Nairobi Hospital, that's petty cash. That's no money. This is a hospital that rakes in revenues between 1.6 to 1.9 billion per month. Do you know? Per month, not per year. At the end of the year, they're ranking high of 15, 16 billion.
Upwards
of 16 billion.
Upwards of 400 billion in a year.
Which
no,
means
16
billion. Which means that in a year, the money that goes to Kakamega County,
goes to Nairobi Hospital alone.
Goes to Nairobi Hospital. So you can imagine the volume of the money. And
where is this money coming from? From the insurance companies?
Yeah. Of course, insurance is one of the biggest pipelines of any healthcare organization. Because insurance is what I call the eternal tap of hope, the eternal tap of grace, the eternal tap of life. Because they owe you in abundance. And that's why hospitals love clients who have insurance.
Yes.
And not
Bring the card.
Yeah. And their cards are very good. These guys who you hear having insurance covers worth 10 million shillings. Ukienda Nairobi hospital saa hizi.
Wanakufanyia
they'll charge you
root canal.
Yeah, at maybe, we don't say that's the exact figure. Okay. Charge you maybe, let's say 40,000 or 100. Nikienda kwa dentist wangu and charge maybe 4 or 5k.
Unafanyia root canal.
So I was once given 720,000
bill
at a dentist hospital.
Yes.
720,000.
Where dentists are very expensive.
They make good money.
Yeah.
So imagine Nairobi Hospital has those high level insurances. You call them Madiso.
Because we have the UN.
Yes.
Look at the
wing.
Customers.
They have a special
who are
wing.
Going there.
Yeah.
The UN. Mm-hmm.
There is a time Udhiambo was saying that, have you ever seen an Indian in a hospital?
Yeah, exactly.
I think wanajificha huko.
Yes. You've never seen an Indian ward or Asian ward.
Yeah.
And these guys get sick. Where do you think they are? They have a special wing. Somewhere. I've not said it's in Nairobi Hospital, but your guess is as good as mine. Because if Nairobi Hospital is one of the highest.
We can imagine what kind of hospital.
Even if you go to Aga Khan, you'll never find them in a ward like this. But they get sick. Where are they? Even these white people, where are they? They live here in Kenya. There's a special wing.
Yeah. So, as Odhiambo is saying, when Golden Odundo awards tenders unilaterally, it means that someone who has been getting a tender has missed it.
Yes.
And he has someone doing his bidding on the board. Mm-hmm. So the pressure goes to the board that person who awarded the tender should not be there.
Nafungiwa hiyo ofisi kesho.
Yes. So you bring in someone else who also has someone he wants to give the tender to. So after a few months, he also does not fit the bill. He has to go. And that becomes the revolving door.
Okay, so Gordon.
Make sure you get his name correct. People of the internet are checking you very clearly.
Gordon.
Thank you very much, people of the internet, for always bringing Udhiambo back to the line. They accused you of interrupting Udhiambo. Remember?
I met some fans in Kakamega.
Okay.
And they are very mad at you. Tell Jagero to let people speak.
No, he lets people speak. It's a dialogue. It
is not a lecture. Where will you let us mic kwa hii podcast?
Nasiangekana mic kwa.
Inabidi tuambie kama unaenda mic.
Sasa siangeweka kwa.
What's wrong with this guy?
Aongelee kwa.
Sawa.
Kana hiyo kitu yako. Anyway, so Gordon Odundo faces one of the humiliating exits from Nairobi Hospital because the capital interests are not tolerating his steadfastness and visionariness or his vision that he has for the Nairobi Hospital. And they say, get that guy out of that place. And his door is locked and with big chains, huge chains. It's drama.
Why couldn't they just fire him?
Because he believes that there's a process that needs to be followed. You don't just fire me. First you give me show cause.
He decided to stick around.
Of course.
Even though he had been told to pack and leave.
Because he was like, I know what's going on. This is corporate politics. I'm not going nowhere. This is a classic case of boardroom coup.
Yes. You see, when you want, you are the victim. You know the process that should kick you out. When you are seated, you know that for me to be taken out of this office, they have to bring a letter, give me 14 days notice. Then there is disciplinary. Then disciplinary. Then there is a dispute resolution. Yeah. But the people who want you out do not give a.
Just say. It's a podcast. It's not TV. Yeah. They don't give a shit.
They don't care.
They don't give a shit.
What they want is you to get out. So one phone call in the morning from one capital interested person. Why is Odundo still in the office?
Yeah.
Why do you think you are on the board? Do you think you qualified to be on that board? I put you there.
This is coming from the 3,000.
No.
This
is coming from the capital interest, which is not even a member of the 3,000.
Yes.
Oh, I see. These are people in your
Motuwanga na supply cancer machines.
Unajua kusupply, like for example, MRI machine.
Yes.
Unajua MRI machine?
Yes.
I'm just not that you don't know. Of course, MRI machine.
Yeah.
One MRI machine, I was told, goes for 100 million shillings.
Yes. Now me supply 10. na kona tender ingine coming up in 6 months to supply another 10.
Yes.
Alafu anasikia Jagera amepewa.
Nimenyang'anywa.
What is wrong with this?
You know the market, the market is very ruthless, Jagero. Outside there is no, it's absolutely like politics. In fact, that's why you find people being shot left,
but
right,
I
and
think
center.
business is more
Ruthless
lethal
than politics.
than politics.
Yeah.
It's more ruthless than
Have you ever wondered why CEOs are never fired? CEOs are never fired. They always resign. The cost of firing them is too expensive.
Yes.
And that's what's bedeviling Nairobi Hospital, for example. Because after Gordon, then came Alan Pamba, a very established gentleman, fine manager.
Slow in speaking.
Oh, very, you know him.
Yes.
Alan Pamba was
Very slow in speaking.
was proper in the management of Nairobi Hospital. But he didn't last there. 6 months, out.
Really?
Yes, Alan Pamba. In fact, I think when he just got in, I was talking to my partner and he was like, oh, you know, Alan Pamba, he's getting to Nairobi Hospital. Okay, he's a fine man. He's going to do wonders there.
So
he didn't last 6 months.
So why can't they set the rules?
No.
We are giving
The rules
we are coming to it.
The rules are not
yes,
working for them.
Go ahead with the
Yes,
go ahead
the
with
rules
the
don't work.
So these people, they don't want rules. So anyway, Alan Pamba is also kicked out. Because Alan Pamba is a professional. Yes.
After he's given the job.
Yes, Alan Pamba is a professional who comes in and wants to do things the right way. You know, professionals always have that, what I call the market intelligence gap, which is the thing that people are as good as they are.
Yes.
People are ruthless. People are not good. In fact, people are viewing you and they're questioning, how can I use Jagiru?
How can I use him?
Yeah, how can I use him? If I can't use him, then he's not a good fit. So they find Alan Pamba not to be a suitable candidate.
Soon after his
To do their bidding.
I think Alan Pamba had this problem. You get employed to a certain company, then your first day in that desk, you start realizing something is wrong. So you realize that people are living without register. They live with the company vehicle and they don't register it at the exit.
Yeah.
So you start realizing the most obvious gaps. And then there is a name of the person you need to ask. So you rush to the office and say, have you seen this? I think this is wrong. Your first day or second day, just to know you will not last there.
Go ahead with the
Alan finds a few things. There's something called the probation trap. So this is October 2020, just 6 months after Alan Pamba was fired. The board gives a reason that Alan Pamba refused or had failed to submit something called a performance enhanced plan. Now, the reality is that his 6 months probation ended on September 8th. The board remained silent for a week, then suddenly issued a letter extending his probation and demanding a what? A performance enhancement plan. Is what is called the failed probation trap. Basically, they're telling you, ka kidogo, tuangalie, tutakufanya aje miezi sita. Then inafika miezi sita wanasema, okay, tutakupatina kidogo. But they say you fail to deliver that, you're what? You're out. Now, this is what I call the process logic failure. The board iliweka Alan kumpima. Si kufanya naye kazi.
Interim.
It was an interim person for them. That's what they were saying. Tutaona.
As we keep thinking about who fits the bill.
Okay? Now, they tell Alan, you cannot be a CEO. Because your performance, whatever, is not...
Your work plan is...
Yeah, is sketchy. You're a very good character, anyway.
This is not Coca-Cola.
This is not Coca-Cola. He was coming from Coca-Cola.
But you know, Jagero,
where was he coming from?
It was. I think it was at a continental level in terms of medical management.
But this guy is saying he was Coca-Cola.
No. Dr. Alan Pamba was not Coca-Cola. He's a medical doctor. Okay. So let me tell you, Jagero. You can never tie a CEO on something called performance improvement plan. That's not the role of a CEO.
Oh, really?
No.
Whose role is it?
That's Chief Operations Officer. Why?
So they went rogue on him.
They went rogue on him, basically ballistic. They're like, let's just find something.
Okay.
And then get this guy out. Number two, there was something about 206 million loss somewhere that they were saying that Alan Pamba is firing. When he went to court, of course, he filed for 206 million
compensation,
damages, of course. And of course, the judge, gave him that. Said, wewe sasa 206 million, pesa yako yote, sum of the contract plus whatever was remaining, tapewa hiyo 206. They disobeyed. Nairobi Hospital Board disobeyed this court ruling.
Really?
Yes, they did. They did. Okay, now. So like Odundo, Pamba's real crime was standing in the way of specific procurement interest.
At the time of Pamba.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So yeye pia, nimekwambia yeye amekuja na professionalism hii ya Odhiambo ya kuandika makaratasi mingi na kufanya presentation kila mahali. Hakuna hizi vitu zinapeana kwa bar usiku. Unapeana kwa bar, sasa wewe utakuja kwa ofisi. Kuja kwa ofisi kesho. So ukienda kwa ofisi wewe umevaa kama Odhiambo. They're always not making the decision was made yesterday in the bar. Your work is to facilitate and regularize whatever had been decided.
When they are hitting those small balls at our club.
Yes,
there is a name I am not seeing here.
Yeah.
Where is
those small bags with the white gloves.
Yes. Exactly. So when they're doing that, they're deciding those things. That's why people always go for, you find people hanging out in members club. Members club where there are no cameras, it's deals being discussed and you know. So anyway, Alan was accused of standing in the way of some multi-billion tender. Jagiro, this billion level entrepreneurs don't joke in this town. You don't stand in their way. They don't. Your professionalism is zero to them. What matters to them is, can they get what they want?
Yes. After you have spoken and you are done, am I getting the tender?
Yeah.
Yes. If I'm not, even if you're making sense, but I'm not benefiting from it, your sense is useless.
So Alan Pamba's biggest chaos came from a security contract. Alan Pamba was to give a specific member of the board, or somebody who was doing the bidding,
connected to the member of the board.
Security, security tender. Hii ma CCTV, ma watchman, hizo. Alafu kulikuwa na ingine ya debt collection. Debt collection is a big tender, by the way.
Yeah,
there are guys who live in this town from debt collection. They're always they work with very big terms around.
How do you get a debt from Nairobi Hospital?
Oh, see, Nairobi Hospital is owed monies by different people, including insurances.
Yes.
Insurance firm owes Nairobi Hospital money in arrears.
Okay.
So Nairobi Hospital does not have an employee who is going to push for them.
They get
a debt collector.
Yes.
And a debt collector is a consultant who has a whole bureau in Nairobi that does debt collection, including enforcement in terms of auctioneering. So this tender was to be given to some other person. So these two tenders, security and debt collection. But Dr. Alan Pamba decided, I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to rely on the hospital's procurement manual. They told him, haifanywangi hivyo. Wewe ujui. Wewe kuja.
Hii jamaa tulikuwa tumekunywa na yeye pombe tukaakili huko.
Hii tulishapatiana. You okay? Tuache hii maneno ya professionalism.
Hiki tuta Pamba wanapea nini?
Si sasa hiyo ndio inafaa Pamba tumia akili hapo.
That will not be an issue.
That will not be an issue.
Yeah. They are telling you there is something for you there.
Yes. Wewe shida yako iko wapi?
Wewe. Patia Joakim, wacha mambo.
Wape mambo mengi. Kama hii iPhone 11 unataka hiyo tutaongea.
And that's why for you to survive in these streets, ukishapita mtihani shule.
Okay.
Kuja kwa class
ya
streets.
Yeah.
Unafaa kuwa unaelewa.
Na wanda watu walikuwa wanapiga tick geography yote. Wajinga kwa street.
You see, mtu akikuuliza, can I work with you? You have to understand that statement. Is he someone we can work with?
Okay.
That's not a diplomatic. Can he be compromised? That's what it means.
Can we work together?
If someone, no, he's too rigid. So that's not someone you can work with and compromise to get desired results. So hapana, Joakim, hapana.
Anyway, so Pamba of course says, you know what, guys, fine, it's okay. You know me, I'm a professional.
Okay.
You guys won't soil my name. I'm going to court. You went to court, and the court awarded him money, and the total amount that has been awarded to CEOs, including the final that I want to tell you, is 680 million. So Nairobi Hospital is in arrears. Should have paid already. There are 3 CEOs, including one called Nyamongo James.
Okay.
This is the hat trick of the nonsense at the Nairobi Hospital.
Okay.
So Pamba of course leaves. and the term is termed as a disaster to Nairobi Hospital.
Hey.
Yes. Disaster. A professional who did not take 6 months. Not take 6 months.
Kwani wagonjwa walikufa?
No,
capital interest.
So now, this guy called Nyamongo is a very interesting fellow. I think he's one of the most, how would I put it? He's one of the most consequential CEOs of Nairobi Hospital. Because he gets in, then does something that by no standard of sobriety, any sane CEO should do. He gets in Nairobi Hospital, and one of the things he does is hike the tariff by 61%.
Which tariff?
The fee payable.
Fee payment.
In terms of service provided.
Oh,
so if
there is a standard fee for MRI.
This is the guy of insurance.
Yes, this is the guy who brings the chaos
with the insurance company.
Yes,
the insurance companies remove themselves.
Exactly. A literally screeching break to Nairobi Hospital, because insurances give you their standard.
Okay.
And you must agree with them if you are increasing reasonably, because you'll have to say, okay, this is Nairobi Hospital. We are not Kabondo Hospital where you are treating people some type of way. So, of course, Nyamongo gets in and he hikes it at 61%. What happens? Insurances suspend the service provision in Nairobi Hospital. All of them say, hey, 61%, no.
This is not far away with Yambo. This is just about
2025.
Yes.
In last year.
Yes.
Yes. Insurances walk out.
And actually the papers captured the melee.
The melee. I like that.
I always say melee. Melee.
The imagery in it is very important.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, Nyamongo anaweka hii mark hapo kwa 61%. And the people say, you know what? You can sit with the hospital. But at this time, the hospital is gaining what? Debt. And the debts which should be paid. But there's no money coming in. So basically, what Nyamongo does is to choke the hospital. Because there's no finance coming in. And there's no open door for negotiation. It's choked. At that time, the board splits further. And two different camps arise. There's Professor Herman Manyora, our friend. And
the member of the board.
As a chair of the board.
Herman
Manyora kwangi mtu mdogo.
Really?
Kwangi mtu mdogo. Mtu mkubwa. So he's a chair. At that time, elected. Contentious. Another group comes to be of the guy who was arrested. It's called Dr. Who the guy was arrested today?
Abuaga.
Yeah?
Is it Abuaga?
Ebu check. The doctor was arrested yesterday. The one we're talking about. The obstetrician.
Who is sick now?
Yes, who is sick now?
Someone was arrested yesterday. He's sick now, being treated at the same hospital.
Yes, at Nairobi Hospital. So, this group, this sect, remember these people are representing what? Capital interests. They're not there for the niceties of management. So, of course, if you know Herman Manyora properly, you know Herman Manyora acts in public interest majorly. He's not a very capitalistic market or capital market oriented person. He's very much into what is good for the people. So Herman Manyora says, there's a problem in this hospital. The problem in this hospital is that kuna pesa hapa inakuwa mismanaged. And we have structural collapse. So what do? We need to go to the patron. Who's the patron of the Nairobi Hospital? President William Ruto. That's how Ruto comes in. He did not appoint himself. The hospital, from its inception, always has the president of the country. They're the ones who nominate the president of the country to become their patron.
And this, I think, is a very interesting part of it.
Yes, that's the interesting part.
Because then they actually have the most powerful man in the land
now
as their patron.
So let me bring to the context of what's going on. So these guys in 2023, after the president is elected, of course, they go and request him formally to become their patron. It's upon the president to accept or deny. But always they accept because it's an executive role. It is just, a patron. Kama patron na Gor Mahia.
Yeah, but why do they need a patron, Odhiambo?
It's an association. You need a man with power.
Yes.
Remember, Gor Mahia can elect Jaruso to be the patron. But they had Raila. And now Walu imposed himself. Why do you think they had Raila? A patron is somebody who can open doors for you, basically. Or can call people to the table and people respect this patron.
They can talk, they can call Karawuri to say, sponsor these people.
Yes, and Karawuri says, ni sawa mzee, wewe kwa ajili yako sha.
Ama the board is disagreeing and the patron is like,
what's wrong with it? Yeah, hii kitu kidogo tusitukae.
Can you work together?
Yeah, and they work together.
and they work together.
So, yeah, so the team of Professor Manyora approaches the state and says, Bwana President, we need you to help us. Kuna problem hapa. Now, hii kuu inaendelea is going to hurt the facility. And this is a hospital that has the character of a public institution. In what way? Because I want people to understand. So the land that hospital sits on, 21.3, 21.8 acres, is not private land. It is public land that was given to the hospital, was allotted to the hospital, to the association, for development of a healthcare facility.
In 1899.
No, that is later on. This is after the
This
Crown land was now...
in
This is 1960-something, or 1952.
Yeah, but before that, they were still on that land.
Of course. But now, see, of course, the tenure of the land changed from the Crown. Now we came to the freeholds and leaseholds. So we have very many leaseholds, but one that I know is peppercorn. And I suspect this name is peppercorn. Peppercorn means you don't pay any rate on that peppercorn lease. You don't pay any rate on that land because it is for the public interest.
Yes.
And you cannot sell it. Neither can you take a loan against it. That's how. So they go and approach the president and ask him, and the president has a silent power in the hospital. That silent power is he can call people to the table. To the table. But also remember, I think this is this section 800 or
Section 800.
Section 800 of the Companies Act talks about how the AG has powers over any company in Kenya, including your company that you think is private. The AG has powers to come and investigate or initiate investigation into your company when there is report of misappropriations. Okay? That is why it is always desired that the company secretary is a lawyer.
Yes.
Because then they understand the relation with Section 800 of the Companies Act. So now, they approach the president, and that's the president who need help. You remember, there was a whole newspaper publication, advert, that was discrediting Professor Herman Manyora as the chair of Nairobi Hospital. Yeah. And then, I think Professor Herman Manyora...
Can I read for you Section 800 of the Companies Act?
Yeah.
Empowers the Attorney General to appoint one or more inspectors to investigate and report on the ownership of a company. Purpose of the investigation, the primary goal is to determine the true persons who are or have been financially interested in the success or failure of the company, or who are able to control or materially influence its policy. Authority to appoint, the Attorney General has the discretion to appoint inspectors if there appears to be a good reason to do so. The scope of investigation are as follows. The inspector's role is to identify the real owners or those with significant control, which is particularly relevant in cases where corporate fraud or mismanagement is suspected.
Yes.
If an inspector is appointed under Section 800, they also have the power under Section 801 to investigate the ownership of any related body corporate if it is relevant to the main investigation.
Yeah. So
this is interesting.
Yeah. So there are cases that have been reported about what? Fraud. Remember in the capital war or in the capital markets war, when I don't eat, I will accuse you of fraud.
Yeah. Eating alone is actually fraud.
Yes, eating alone is just actually fraud. So they will go and cite the rules of the game. They are not using the corporate whatever that is required. They're not following the law. They've eaten. This is actually big fraud that is happening at Nairobi Hospital. Now, before I finish this one for President Ruto, let me come back to something. There's a man who I'm sympathizing with, Joachim, at Nairobi Hospital. This man is called Felix Osano.
Felix Osano.
This guy just been Lewis and then one Kisi. So this Felix Osano is...
Why is there tribalism?
Yeah, I'm wondering anyway. So Felix Osano is the former director of supply chain who was confirmed as CEO on May 23rd, 2025. I will never want to be Felix Osano. You know why? Because Felix Osano took the poison chalice. I've been talking to you about the concept of poison chalice. Yes. it looks very nice to be a CEO. But being a CEO in Nairobi Hospital at this moment is very hectic.
Very hectic.
Because every eyes are there. The police is there. You are also the former
Attorney General has been notified of fraud.
Of fraud. And you're also the same strategist who was the former director of supply chain. Which means this ring circles back to you.
Because
so you're the CEO,
director of supply
but again,
chain.
you got to be investigated, my guy, because you're the CEO, and you are this fraud comes about your issue or happened under your watch.
The reason why the government is hip deep into this thing, is because they cannot come out of it, because the relations between Section 800 and Section 801, while Section 800 focuses on the initial appointment of an inspector to find out who really owns or controls a specific company, Section 801 ensures that those individuals cannot hide their interest through a web of subsidiary or affiliated firms. So actually what is happening at Nairobi Hospital could actually be criminal.
It is
and that
criminal.
That is why when they were called at Harambee House and told that they will face arrest, it was not a scare.
No, it's the truth. It is criminal. Now, so I've finished with Osano. Osano is sitting at a hot seat.
Oh, what is Osano doing right now?
Osano is wondering. I believe he's looking at the sun and wondering when it will set.
He's the current CEO.
He's the current CEO. That thing is shining so hard. It's so scorching. Osano may need to walk.
Why is he still there?
Because he's a fighter, but it's also trapped.
I think he's trapped.
If he leaves, it's danger. If he stays, it is danger. So when you do,
you rather try to shift to where you are seated than stand up.
Yeah, I mean you cannot.
You fidget in your seat.
Exactly. So Osano pole sana ndugu yangu.
But I think
anakula moto.
Based on how I know this country, this mess was destined to happen, because looking for help from State House.
No. Before he hits that very hard.
It's always opposition.
Yeah. I want to tell Joachim. I want to tell Joachim something, because I knew he would go there. But before we go there, so there's somebody called Professor Aman Manyora who was talking about.
Yes.
Just clarifying the fact, okay? So the boardroom coup happens on 30th of June 2025. Haman Manyora, of course, we know him. He's a political analyst, lecturer, etc. He was already elected to the board of management in September 21st, 2023. Now, on June, there's a faction of the board that holds a special meeting and ejects somebody called Dr. Buckley Onyambu, the one who was arrested, and installs Professor Aman Manyora to be the chairman of the board.
He remains a member.
Yes, so Onyambu remains a member.
Yeah.
But the faction of Onyambu quickly then afterwards goes and removes who? Haman Manyora.
Yes.
So basically, to date, Nairobi Hospital has two chairmen, technically.
Onyambu and
Onyambu on the side and Haman. So there's what I call de facto and de jure. De facto is the one who is actually ruling. De jure is the one who should be.
Who elects the chairman
The board.
Of the board?
Yeah.
The members of the board.
Members of the board.
Elect.
Yes.
Do we know how many they are?
There are 14.
There are 14
Yes. So which means you need 8.
to be elected.
You need 8 to be elected.
And how do they get the names that are supposed to be voted upon?
Members, the 3,000. Remember 3,000? They elect
the board.
The board
That,
of
is fine,
management.
that is fine, but the board now comes and sit and then elect their own chairman.
Yeah.
Amongst the 14 of
Amongst
them.
the 14 of them.
Okay.
Okay? Now, stick with that number.
14.
14.
People of the internet,
Yes.
stick with the number 14.
Stick with the number 14.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that are going on to State House, in State House, yeah? And Harambee House. I saw Citizen yesterday ran a very responsible piece of journalism on TV, talking about the hands of President Ruto in saying Harambee House is the corridors of deals, etc.
Of deals.
Yes. On this one, they're wrong.
Corridors of deals. We have the paper. I don't know what the paper is.
On this one, for Nairobi Hospital, they're wrong. Because President Ruto does not invite himself to this thing. Harambee House does not invite itself to this thing. The Office of the Attorney General does not invite itself to this thing.
I want to ask you, Jagger.
Let's go ahead.
You could be here oblivious of what is happening out there.
Yeah.
Then I bring you a case of what is happening at my consultancy firm in Hurlingham.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tell you, Jagiero, you have a good experience in dealing with consultancy firms.
Okay.
This is my problem at my consultancy firm. How could you help me?
Okay.
You see, the money is paid by suppliers, but I don't see the money. I think there is something wrong there.
Yeah.
Then you look at the paper and you realize you follow the trail of money and you identify where the money is going.
Okay.
But again, you also love money.
Yeah.
So you come in, not because you are coming to solve my problem, but you have seen a leaking tap. This could be the case.
I think you can because President Ruto has been a businessman for the last 30 something years.
All his life.
All his life.
Yes.
You could suspect that he wants to put his hand in the gravy, but also I think that this is a hospital at the end of the day, and it is one of the shining stars in as far as in health sector that we have in this country. It's a very shining star. I mean, people travel from Ivory Coast to come to Nairobi Hospital.
Yes.
People travel from far-flung areas of Madagascar to come here. Uganda, Burundi. You know, when you are in Burundi and you are flying to Nairobi Nairobi Hospital,
you are going abroad.
Like a Kenyan going to New York for treatment.
You are going abroad.
So Odhiambo said something that is it is the word public facing.
It's an entity that has a public character.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, Nairobi Hospital for me has done a lot of mistakes along the way. They have been too greedy. In fact, if you look at the way Nairobi Hospital has always functioned, it does not look like a non-profit organization. It is very capitalistic in nature. It is. Do you know? I have gone to Nairobi Hospital and I've been told by the insurance not to take medicine at the Nairobi Hospital. Yes, they will treat you. I went there for a procedure that took about 25 minutes, which was charged, I think, 85,000, where they insert a pipe into your stomach and look at I don't know what. I was, it is a half day. You go in there for
they
like
inserted a pipe in your stomach.
Yeah, they through the mouth. I don't know. Odhiambo is the one who knows how it's called. But then when I was going out, I think they told me that you cannot, and many people have been told that if you are going to take, they don't allow you to take medicine or some type of medicine at Nairobi Hospital. Why? Because it is so expensive to get. They can charge 3 times the price of a drug at Nairobi Hospital, while it is just a third of the price up the road. There is a very famous pharmacy that is working with insurance company. What is it called? Iko hapo Yaya.
I don't know it.
It's a chain of
Pharma Plus?
Huh?
Okay,
Pharma
let
Plus.
me ask.
Yeah. But
this case.
Before you ask, I just wanted to finish my train of thought.
Yeah.
So I think that you could sometimes somebody might be looked at as a bad man, but sometimes they just mean well. I think, and that for
rarely
me,
do bad men mean well.
For me, no.
Yeah, I know. You can continue.
Well. Because, I mean, we can't say that somebody is absolutely bad.
No one is absolutely bad.
Let's finish the problem at State House.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that I think that I do not want to be on the side of Nairobi Hospital on this case. I do not want to be on the side of Nairobi Hospital because Nairobi Hospital has gone rogue.
I do not want either.
It has not gone rogue.
Well, what has happened?
Let me tell you what has happened. Because I want you to clearly understand what has happened there. What we are having here...
Saying Nairobi Hospital has gone rogue
because
of the way it has always treated people. It's too expensive.
It was meant...
And yet it's sitting on public land.
It was meant for people who have a lot to give. It was not meant.
Then let them go build on their own land.
I'm just explaining why the ordinary Kenyan should be concerned, because we later on.
It's called Malibu Pharmacy, actually.
Yes.
Malibu, yes, Malibu.
We later on understood what are the services Nairobi Hospital is offering, and why is it that the daily people, the day-to-day people are not going there. So you identify that they are very expensive. But then again, looking at the history, it's not a hospital that was meant for you and me. It was meant for a particular cadre of people.
Yes, but they
Yes.
don't sit on our 21 piece of land.
Yeah. They are sitting. That's why we are concerned.
Yes, exactly. They don't sit on our land, and they don't call themselves ORG. A company limited by guarantee. They can actually get grants. Do you know that?
Yes.
In the
On
name-
our behalf.
Yes, that they are helping people. But you can't even perform hydrotherapy there.
I have seen what was done on you is called endoscopy.
Yes. You can see that
Ila
part.
kuingiza nini?
Yes.
Kuingiza kwa tube
Endoscopy,
kwa
yes.
It's one of those procedures you may never like.
I pray to
They
God.
asked me whether I want to go dead before they do it or
Yeah.
Or I
Do
should
you remain
just-
alive?
What was happening? Because it must have been very necessary at the time.
It was, yes. It was not like no. It's not the procedure was not like it was not. It was uncalled for. No, I was just having stomach pains and I couldn't.
You couldn't tell why.
Yeah. So they had to go and check what is really going on there. Anyway, Odhiambo, go ahead.
So, President Ruto's role in this is very simple. It is to provide leadership for this crown jewel of healthcare in Kenya and in East Africa, in Africa and beyond, as you've rightly pointed out. Just like if today Boeing suffers a problem in America, Trump steps in family.
Yeah.
Because it is the crown jewel of America's
America.
capitalistic interests.
And America did do that.
America has done that before.
Yes, they did do
If
that.
Nairobi
when they were in
Hospital
problem.
today failed to an extent that it needed bailouts, I can assure you without a doubt, the president will find a way of ensuring that happens. So, there is nonsense happening at Nairobi Hospital. That nonsense has to come to a stop. These people are not agreeing. They are backing at each other in the boardroom. They need somebody who either is going to bring them together or somebody who is going to make things straight. So the other day, Felix Koskei summons these people. Who is Felix Koskei? He's the chief of staff of the
President.
president and the head of civil service. His role basically is to implement what the president wants. And people have approached the president and told the president, hey, kuna shida bro, tusaidie, wewe ndio patron. Na president haizi kuja kukaa kwa meeting, anatuma nani?
Akatuma watu
Anatuma
yake.
Felix Koskei. Hajatuma Sudi, ametuma Felix Koskei. That shows the level of respect and the nature of this conflict. So Felix Koskei calls this fellow, huyu mwenye ameshikwa, huyu Dr.
Obwaka.
Yes.
Huyo. Akamwambia, wewe, hapo Nairobi Hospital, lazima tupange. We are nominating afresh the following people. There must be 9. Okay? 9 nominations effectively mean the government, quote unquote, yeah, will have majority board members. Which means then the government takes complete control of this hospital. Not the government per se, but the government. I don't know if you get my
But
point.
the people of the government.
The people of the government. Why? There is need for order at Nairobi Hospital. And one of the things that must happen at Nairobi Hospital for its livelihood or for its whatever, is to shift the nature of the operation. It must shift from a company limited by guarantee to a company limited by what? By shares.
I see Odhiambo has started talking the language of Ruto.
I will tell you why. No,
I'm very worried.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but let me tell you why.
Very worried.
But let me tell you why.
Odhiambo, let me tell you why I have
Democracy.
a problem.
Just a minute. Let me finish this.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to plead with you to listen to me
Okay, go ahead.
uninterrupted, because this one requires a lot of listening and not reaction.
We are yes, go ahead. We are going to
Nairobi Hospital, as current, has proven for the past 4 years that there's too much money coming in. Nairobi Hospital requires stability.
Which is not going to be provided by the people they sought help from.
I said I need to be listened to.
And I am.
You're interrupting.
Go ahead.
No, he's interrupting.
Yes, but even the people of the internet warned him. Again, he's interrupting him.
Yeah.
No.
So, this is why I'm saying this.
Go ahead.
Is that you cannot afford democracy in administration. The challenge here is eating. So let's sort the question of eating. How do we sort the question of eating? Let us look at the papers of Nairobi Hospital in terms of these members, okay?
Okay.
What is the asset value of Nairobi Hospital as of today?
Okay.
What is the liabilities of Nairobi Hospital as of today?
Okay.
Let us redistribute this amongst the members who are the owners. Sawa, as shares.
Do we have the...
There's a law that affects that change in this country. And that law, shifting from company limited by guarantee to company limited by shares, is in a process known as re-registration or conversion. So Nairobi Hospital must convert from a company limited by guarantee. It is not owned by Opus Dei. Nairobi Hospital is owned by Kenya Hospital Association, which the master list that contains the members is not integral. A few months ago, somebody paid a bulk amount of 5 million shillings and brought in 300 members to influence the election of a board member. Do you understand?
Okay.
So that's called ballot stuffing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's called ballot stuffing. So
Is it now?
Yeah, it is.
Odhiambo, can I ask a question?
Please.
I am very... I'm not sure whether I agree with you when you talk about... when you de-emphasize the democracy at an institution. Because I think that... Because here is what I think is going on. We have 3,000 members, okay, who believe that this hospital should be democratic. And their democracy lies in the sense that we are 3,000 coming together to elect 14 members.
Yes.
14 members come together
to elect a chairman.
To elect the chairman. Okay, so that is what is going on. Okay, my question to Odhiambo is, if you force the hand of the members to re-register this organization into a profit-making or a limited liability company,
something is wrong.
How are you going to actually address this issue?
Which
problem,
issue?
The issue of mismanagement.
Before he comes in,
coming to that,
we started by saying it's a war of eating.
Yes.
And we said capital interest. The mistake that was inevitable to be made was to go to the highest office in the land to ask for direction. I can tell you here that the highest office in the land contains the biggest, best eaters in this country. What they did was to identify eating loopholes. That's why it was reported on Citizen the other day that the people were summoned at Harambee House and they were directed to cause 3 vacancies. And particular people were supposed to be appointed in those positions. So what does that mean? How do you take control of any organization? By taking over their board of management, because that's where decisions are made. So if you are genuine in bringing sanity in all this, why do you have to influence the people who have come to you looking for help to do it a certain way?
Okay, I have a question to you.
Yes.
How will you do it?
What I will do it is to sit them down and understand where the problem is.
Yes.
And identify who among the people is wrong. So that when a report is made on how we are going forward, is now to let the board identify its misdeeds. That you as the board, this is where you have gone wrong. And this particular person in this board is the one who has done wrong, and therefore he has to be done away with, and you are left to pick among yourselves the best person who can move us forward. You don't cajole them into choosing Odhiambo.
Can I also add something?
Yes.
That when Odhiambo invoked the provision of Section 800,
yes,
which is very clear.
Yes.
And I want to read it back again to Odhiambo.
Yes.
But there is an investigation that has kicked off.
Yes.
Okay? My understanding when you start an investigation is that you run that investigation to the tail end of it. You get a report from that investigation. So as people of Kenya and as members of the public, I think what we need to know is what has happened. And that we can only see through the report. Because what Ruto is doing is saying, okay, you guys have mismanaged. But when Ruto is forcing people to be in the board, is he not joining the band?
Ruto is not forcing people to be in the board. But allow me, and I'm not holding brief for President Ruto.
Okay.
This is my personal opinion as Odhiambo.
Okay.
I'm suggesting.
Okay.
That's my suggestion of conversion, okay?
Okay.
But now, let's go on the tangent which he's talking about.
Yes.
Before he goes to the tangent, can I ask you a question?
Please.
Is it true that they are reintroducing other people in the board that are not elected by the 3,000 members?
I'm not sure.
It was reported, and that is happening.
I'm not sure. They didn't say if they're not coming from the 3,000 members. They must be coming from the 3,000 members.
Can I ask you another question?
Please.
Don't you think that the best way was for the members, the 3,000 members? But again, that is irrelevant because you're claiming that there is staffing.
That's what I'm saying. Joachim, okay, let me look as a process analyst.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's look at the basic structure of Nairobi Hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
Which means for us to help Nairobi Hospital, we have to do the following. Number one, to be fair to Nairobi Hospital and not to cajole, because we don't believe in democracy in administration.
Yes.
Say, the basic structure is strict membership. Let's correct that first. Okay? So the membership of Kenya Hospital Association, let us first clean the role of members completely. How do we clean that? Let us develop laws or let us develop guidelines on how we are going to operate on membership. There's no way.
In this conflict, who is going to develop a law?
Just let him finish.
Yeah.
No, I don't want him to finish. I want him to keep telling us.
Yeah.
So this is a conflicted area. And in forming of any law, there has to be consensus, agreement among members. So this law is going to be formed by who?
Thank you for asking. And that's why I'm saying that the board as is now.
Yes.
Kuna two factions.
Yes.
These two factions are not seeing eye to eye.
Yes.
It's a legal lacuna.
So how do we form a
allow me
law
to
here?
finish, Nani.
Yeah, you finish, Odhiambo. You are also so short tempered. Why are you short tempered?
I know I'm short because why is he interrupting? Can't he just keep quiet?
No.
Can he just keep quiet?
I did come
you
to
keep
a podcast
quiet,
to
bwana.
keep quiet.
No. If I'm talking, you keep quiet.
Okay, go ahead. Can you give Odhiambo
You
his
listen.
time? Yes.
I'm not talking as a political commentator now.
He's
I'm talking as a
heckling.
process
He's
analyst.
heckling you.
I'm not heckling.
He's heckling you.
He's heckling me.
I'm tired. Go ahead, Odhiambo.
So, Joachim is asking a very important question. The only problem is that he
I
wants
just
to
want you to answer
answer him.
I'm wondering.
Yeah, so Joachim, who is going to help us to change these laws?
Yes, that's what I wanted
These
to
laws are being made at the board level. The first problem we have is that the board is not sitting eye to eye. So we must effect change at the board. That's why they're going to the president as the patron of Nairobi Hospital. That what we must do then, Mr. President, is help us. And the president comes up with a brilliant idea that, hey, of your members, ensure these ones are in the what? In the board.
Okay.
So, according to the president's wisdom, he can identify from where he is the people who should be in the board.
You know,
but also,
if my family comes to me...
But also,
Yeah.
Joachim, you need to use your head now.
Exactly.
I'm using my head.
No, you're not using it. No, you're not.
That does not mean we are not privy to everything that is,
Yes.
that is working
No.
on the background.
Exactly.
I am elucidating on what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That the president said that he has to make sure that so and so should be, which means the president knows all
But
the people.
this is reported.
Joachim.
And the language might have been different.
Allow me to allow me
so
to
you
repeat.
have made a decision not to understand.
I want to reinforce, but I want you to now listen to understand and not to react.
Yes.
I will say this. We have Nairobi Hospital that has a membership of the Kenya Hospital Association, which are 3,000 members. That very role is in question.
Yes.
Because somebody registered 300 members by bringing in a bulk payment of 5 million shillings.
Yes.
Which is irregular.
So these members are used to...
Listen.
Oh. I'm listening. I'm trying to understand.
You don't understand by questioning. If you have,
I'm not questioning.
But if you have questions,
but also, Odhiambo, you are a dictator.
of course, I'm a dictator. I don't tolerate democracy. So what you do, if you have a question, write it. No. If I finish talking,
is a conversation. No.
Odhiambo,
These questions I'm asking are not meant to make you stop.
Him. Yeah.
To derail
you're
him.
derailing me.
Yeah.
You need to...
I'm not telling you. My constitution is very short.
Mimi nachochea tu moto.
Yes,
So
exactly.
you say
Of course, I understand what
that
you're
people
derailing.
have registered members by
Yes.
bringing money.
Okay.
So that those members can do what?
Exactly. To help influence the board elections, the board of management. So somebody brings in 330 members, bulk, names who are not recommended. Remember,
Yes.
for you to become a member of the Kenya Hospital Association, you must be recommended by one of, it's like Freemason. They have to say, I have Joachim. Joachim is a professional. He's willing to join us. And ABCD, I'm nominating him because of XYZ. Then they sit and approve in terms of minutes, business meeting. They say, I'm proposing the names of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the meeting approves. Oh, yes, yeah. It's voted second, whatever. Okay?
Yes.
That has not happened. So the president in his wisdom and his team says, you know what? From the members that you have, if we look at it, because you've sought for my help. Take Jagero, take Joachim, take Odhiambo. One. Have them in the board.
The
occasion a change, then these 3 people be nominated in the board.
Odhiambo, the problem that a lot of people are seeing, and this is where they start having problems with the way, if the way it is reported that Ruto is doing, the reason why people start having a problem is that also people have a very interesting attitude towards the president. And what is happening now with the president is that even if the president were to mean well today,
he doesn't have the trust.
People do not trust him. And when you hear people being arrested, why? Can I ask you a question? Why are they being arrested?
Thank you. So can I answer you?
Yes.
Thank you very much. These people are being arrested because under Section 800 of the Companies Act, the Attorney General has the power to investigate or to initiate investigation in any company under the territory of the Republic called Kenya that has been reported or that has been suspected of involving in financial impropriety, what is called corporate thuggery. Things such as corporate abuse of processes that we are looking at in terms of staffing the ballot, etc. So the Attorney General does not have the arresting power. So what does she do? She asks the police to move it because this thing has switched from boardroom politics to criminal nature. Because one, there's misappropriation of funds in Nairobi Hospital. 9.1 billion is lost in Nairobi Hospital. We can't behave like that's not happening.
So can I ask you another question?
Yes.
The assumption here that the investigation is complete, and they are seeing something that is smelling bad already.
No.
I want to ask Odhiambo. So, how do you establish that we have members who are not recommended? And when you establish that we have members who are not recommended, what is the way forward? Do you strike them off the register of membership, or do you pick particular people to be on the board?
Let me answer you. The playing ground as current is muddy. There is no order in the membership register.
Yes.
By the way, that membership
or we
register,
have multiple membership registers.
It's like we have a voters list or a voters register that has dead people voting.
Yes, exactly.
Or we have a voters register that has Ugandans voting. And people, Kenyans are saying, hey, what are these Ugandans doing in our voter register? And then they're saying, hey, we're going to report it to the DCI. That what you're doing is wrong. And then they go and report to the DCI that, hey, investigate the voter register. So how are you going to talk? How are you going to ensure that this voter register is cleaned? You need an audit, Sindio.
Yes.
For you to do an audit, there are standard operating procedures of the company.
Yes.
Which includes procurement processes. Because the government is not going to use its money to do that. But there's a call for interventions. Hey, Mr. President, we are drowning. As our patron, what can you do? And Mr. President is saying, okay, with my powers as the president, I can help you in terms of wisdom. And at times, wisdom is fiat. Even you in your house today, if that woman you're living with brings chaos to you, you will go by fiat and not by consultation. Okay? And even you kimletea ujinga, atakuletea fiat kwa nyumba. Now hapo utakuwa umekaa hivi. In fact, you want to go to work the next day.
The problem I'm having.
Now, let me finish.
Actually, the charge is here.
Yes.
Can I read for you the charge? They were in court today.
Oh, they've taken the plea already.
Yeah, the official faced multiple charges.
Yes.
So it appears that the investigation has completed or nearing completion because there is former chairman Dr. Chris Bichange is accused of receiving 4.8 million from an insurance agency contracted by the hospital, financial reporting violations, failure to submit the association's 2024 financial statement to the government registrar by December 31st deadline. There is also the falsification of records. allegations related to the falsification of the hospital's member register. Okay? There is also, so the guy obviously, context of the dispute is that the arrest followed a period of intense government wrangles. Reports suggest that government operatives recently pushed for specific changes to the 11-member board, a move described by some as forceful takeover. Legal protections. Defense lawyers argue that arrests were illegal, noting that several directors had previously obtained anticipatory bail from the High Court. If anticipatory bail in Akwanga nini?
That anticipatory bail.
Ruto actually lamented on this issue when he was in Kisumu or Naivasha. That how does somebody run to court? How does he know he's going to be arrested? So if ukisikia fununu,
because you can tell. But now my problem. You see, the problem is, this is a case like what we read in primary school, where two young children were quarreling over the size of the cake they had been given. Cake ilikuwa moja, sasa ikakatwa katikati, moja akapewa nusu, mwingine akapewa nusu. So they started accusing each other, each one saying that wewe umepewa kubwa. Mwingine anasema pana, wewe umepewa kubwa. So there is an old man, they went and sought the advice of an old man to help them determine which cake is bigger than the other. So the one who kept on insisting that the cake is bigger, the other one had a bigger cake. The old man said, okay, let me handle your problem. Asema, wewe mwenye uko na keki kubwa, leta. Akauma.
I didn't know that's the way it was going. That is terrible from Simiyu. Don't you agree that is terrible?
Simiyu is always his stories are always just out of this world.
Go ahead. So I think we need to be winding down.
Yeah, we're winding down actually. So Jagiro, what I was saying that fiat is the option that the president is using now, because even you in this studio of yours, sometimes you call Obunga, Obunga this,
Obunga bad,
the producer that, because you can't consult with these people sometimes. The same is happening here.
Yeah,
it's an intervention.
It's a nuisance.
Intervention is not consultation. Intervention is bringing solution. You must be outcome focused and not process focused. And the outcome here is that we need the board working. Now, if we're not going to go the conversion way, my brother, let's shelve conversion. Let Nairobi Hospital work, okay? Let Kenya Hospital Association continue its ownership. Let us first correct the board membership. In fact, if you ask me, all these board members, if I was the president, I would summon them to State House.
The board members?
All of them. And they would find letters from Nairobi Hospital that they signed their resignation. Remember like that NIS chief called Gishangi? Uhuru called him to State House and told him, wewe, sign. Pale kwa media, it's being announced. The president said, I've accepted the resignation of the...
So I don't agree with you.
No, listen, Jagiro.
You see,
this is how fiat works.
Okay.
This is how fiat works. Let me finish.
Yes,
this is how fiat works.
Yes.
So once the president has been invited into this thing, he didn't bring himself. Because K summons these guys and tells them, hey, your case is actually bad, by the way. We want to help you. Occasion these changes so that we move. Then instead of occasioning the changes, they're moving to go and tell the media, hey, tunachomwa. Amchomwi, mkona tabia mbaya. Okay? You must accept those changes because now it is not consultation. You guys don't have goodwill. If you go into a meeting, Jagero, and that meeting takes beyond 20 minutes, and you went in to resolve a conflict, there's nothing you will resolve. You go in, if there's goodwill, it takes 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes ni tense. Next 5 minutes ni kumalizana na hii kitu. The remaining 5 minutes is the way forward. The last 5 minutes ni saying bye and going away. Okay? Now, what is happening now is that the president has moved in with this team. The changes has to occur. If they're not going to occur the way it is needed, the president has the highest power. You cannot prosecute him. He will do anything in that hospital and ensure that order is there.
What the Ambo is basically saying
fiat
is that the president has the immunity against prosecution, and therefore he has the leeway to break the laws that govern
not
those
break
companies.
The law.
No. You have said the president should come. The president is coming in results-oriented, not process-oriented.
Yes.
This is what he has said.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
at that point, I really disagree with him. He's bringing anarchy.
Yes. Odhiambo is saying that the person who was sought to bring order is coming to bring order by causing more disorder.
No.
So that you say,
Can you let him finish?
Yeah.
So you come in and say, no.
we want Nairobi to work. And therefore, Nairobi to work, can you pick Jagero from the members to be on the board? No. Don't ask me any question. You asked for my help. I'm offering it.
Yes.
Now, I want Odhiambo also on the board. So the members are like, no. This is not the kind of help we wanted.
This is a bit too much.
Yes, but the person you want to on the board is on the other side, because we all agree that the water is muddy. So how do you identify among these muddy people that this one is more cleaner than the other? I think, and as we told, there is some very big acres of land that's the hospital is sitting on. And I can tell you here, you will hear an announcement by the president saying that the land that Nairobi Hospital sits on needs a title deed. That you will hear very soon. But the names of the people on that title deed will be very silent. Just like Gikomba. That Gikomba needs a title deed, but whose name will be born on that title deed? No. We have gone and sought help from people who have no history of bringing order anywhere. The same leadership that we are crying money is being lost in SHA. Sasa kama SHA inapoteza 11 billion. How much money are we talking about in Nairobi Hospital? So what will prevent the money in Nairobi Hospital not to be lost so that these people will bring order and the board shall not do anything? But the same people are orchestrating the loss of money in other avenues.
Just a minute as
as I wind up, is that I see a problem. And this problem is both the hospital management and the people purporting to bring order are all disorderly. And I think these problems shall persist until a new regime comes in. That's what I can say. And we will come back here to
I think it is a bit over the top to talk about the issue of the title deed.
Yeah.
About the issue of stealing at this moment.
Really? You see,
that is looking too much.
In fact, Jagero, allow me to say this.
Before we came on this podcast,
allow me to say this.
Before he comes in,
you've talked.
You said the problem that this government has is that they do things
that
smell of corruption. Later on, corruption blows up, and then the government comes to explain. I'm telling you, the issue of title deed will come in.
Anyway, that is fine.
It's cheapening our conversation if Joachim wants to reduce or extend the context beyond what we were discussing. We were discussing the issues within Nairobi Hospital, and it ends at the call for intervention. There's nothing about the future here in terms of who will steal what.
Nairobi Hospital, a structured conversation.
Nairobi Hospital.
When you find people by the lakes, by the lake, fishing, and you don't think that we should allow time so that the fish can become many, so that all of us can find fish tomorrow. You don't throw fishermen into the river.
I don't get what you're saying. You're a fisherman, I'm a farmer. I don't get what you're talking about.
You see,
right?
You don't bring order by being more disorderly.
No, there's nobody who's being disorderly. Okay, you know what Joachim is not offering? Joachim has no experience in management. He's never managed anything in his life. That's a fact.
You see, I have managed my life.
Well, I will come for his character now. I will.
No.
I will because
I have managed my own life.
Every time buddies ask a question on TV, talking about we have got eminent professionals.
Jagero,
we have got.
I am not afraid to say
he has never been a CEO.
I am not afraid
for a manager anywhere.
I will tell you.
But he's accusing me of lacking managerial skills.
I will tell you.
I have managed my own life.
I will tell you.
So everyone is a manager.
I will tell you.
Yes.
The reason that's why I'm telling you this is because if you have no experience in management, you don't know what you're talking about. I have run Ida Odinga Trust in this country.
Yes.
It's a full-fledged NGO that has run over $250,000.
So you understand how disorder in management happened.
Just a minute. I have been the grant manager for Kenya Children's Fund in this country.
Yes.
I have run huge monies and raised huge monies for that organization.
So
I have helped you. Just a minute.
Yes.
I have helped in running other research organizations in this country. When we are talking about processes and structure, we are not inviting personal innuendos. Here we're talking about how can we help Nairobi Hospital. Let us not be sentimental.
It's not going to be helped.
Let us not be sentimental over logical issues.
He's claiming of such a fat CV, but he's also talking about fiat.
Yes.
I never ruled. I never administered with democracy. I never administered with democracy.
Can I read something that the audience are saying?
Go to Kenya Children's Fund today in Kinyago and see what it is looking like. Okay? You can go to Ida Odinga Trust.
Okay.
Look at what it's looking like.
Okay.
You can come to African Insight Partners.
Okay.
Look at what we are running there.
Okay.
You can look at all the companies I own, including other Swift Communication Limited, and see how it's running. I don't deal with. Jagger, I've taken you to some of them. I don't deal with democracy.
Mr. Riley is saying the first person in the podcast. Riley, thank you very much for being the first person. Diambo, Simiyu, and Jagero. And then Gladys comes and say, I'm the second one. And then Kelvin comes and says, present. And then really says, present, sir. I'm not sure what is going on here. Yeah. And then Haida is saying, good evening, Jagero. Good evening to you, Haida. And then he's saying, say hi to my brother Joachim from Asia, in bracket Western, and Odhiambo from Europe. Travel Human is saying, umekuwa wapi bwana? Joachim na Odhiambo na Jagero should never miss from the podcast at this hour. But we have a lot of fiat going on this podcast. Mr. Kadoshi saying, good evening, Jagero. I'm happy to be on time today. Joachim hajanunua iPad bado.
Bwana, next nitakuwa na iPad.
Hii ni mbaya sana bwana. Tunakaa na iPhone 7 namna hii.
Bwana, this is not iPhone 7 bwana. Nimeona mwingine amesema Joachim with his iPhone 11. Bwana, mnataka nikuja na 17 Pro Max.
Okay, hakuna light kwa Joachim na image looks dull.
No, he must be coming from Kisumu. I say Kisumu looks dull.
Kisumu is dull, okay. But I thought you were dull. When I asked these guys to take you and Nini a little bit down, they took it a little bit too much. Okay? All right. So we have somebody called Moni TV saying Nairobi Hospital is more profitable than
than e-Citizen.
No. EADB Bank.
I think, what did you say? Read that again.
Nairobi Hospital is more profitable than EADB Bank.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, by far. 9.82 billion.
Mr. Buke is saying Nairobi Hospital has lost its prowess and is not what it used to be. Their cancer unit is useless.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Odhiambo should know there is no difference between Nairobi MP Shah, Aga Khan. Most doctors have admission rights for the same hospitals. What makes hospital is human resource, not the name. You were corrected earlier on. Got on, not George.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Somebody is saying Mailu was the longest serving hospital, not Odundo. Tell that guy.
Yeah, we didn't say Mailu. We didn't say Odundo was the longest serving. Yeah.
Okay. What is the craze then of accusing root of all manner of grabbing Nairobi Hospital, Dari, etc.? Yeah. Okay. Somebody is talking about, just like EADB, the Nairobi Hospital case, follow the money. The money trail will speak to what is happening there, why and how. Okay. Nani alikuwa na Mike? Jagero speak too. It is conversation. Okay, that is Save Kenya. Ogochi is saying a body of men holding themselves accountable to nobody ought not to be trusted by anybody. Yeah. Until Kenyans become ruthless to the thieves, tutazidi kulia to online. Okay, somebody is responding to Ogochi, which is Save Kenya from greed. Ogochi, how do you suggest we become ruthless? And then Ogochi says, serious penalties, number 1. 2, enhance monitoring. Number 3, empower citizens' actions and accountability, etc. Mr. J say we have no country. Okay, Mr. Sharobi solution is saying, the debt collection was the biggest fraud. How can you hire a debt collector when you already have a unit within the hospital to undertake the same? Okay, so that is a lot of messages coming in on the Ambo. I can't finish.
They're coming in thick and fast.
Yes, they are coming thick and fast. So we want to thank the people of the internet for always coming here.
As we finish. Something else happened yesterday, which we can't avoid.
What is that?
NTV aired something very interesting.
About...
And tomorrow I am asking you, Jagero, don't be afraid. Invite this guy tomorrow. I'll be out of Nairobi. But invite this guy. I can join you online. Alfred Mutua, the current CS for Labor, was clearly mentioned as having been the person who orchestrated the announcement of Mwai Kibaki as president after a rigged election.
Nimrod Mbai.
Don't be afraid.
But again, my thought is why now?
Useless.
I don't think there is
NTV
any expose.
NTV is not honest.
Can we talk
how long
about...
did it take to make that 43-minute thing? How long did it take?
You make you.
So we are going to wait for
Okay,
another
so-
19 years
so to talk about
to
Ruto.
hear about what happened in 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did this happen?
Okay, let me ask you, Jagger.
When-
Of course,
no,
it
no,
happened in
see-
2007. 2007, 2008.
So now they are coming up with a 43-minute
Yeah, telling us what we know.
to shift the blame to that young boy from Machakos.
Yes.
They are joking.
Well,
with
we
us.
know who did the things.
While this former minister of Nini, what is her name? What is her name?
The former minister
Martha
Karua.
Martha Karua.
Well, I saw Martha Karua dancing today,
Yes.
and they are saying that it is Mutua that gave the. What did Mutua do again? What did he do?
Have you watched the documentary, bro?
What did he do?
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question, Jagger.
I'm sorry. So
Have you watched the documentary?
I watched.
And what did you find?
Oh,
Jagero. You know.
TV waende wakae na ile- na wale watu wamewamnua
Give me.
hao.
Give Jagero.
Tanzania now.
Jagero, give us a break.
There is no Tanzanian.
Give us a break
There's
because.
no Tanzania.
Yes, no
Give us a break
Tanzanian.
because.
Hakuna Mtanzania amenunua
You will
NTV.
stop your sentimentalism.
No, ukweli bwana. I don't speak things for the sake of it. Hakuna Mtanzania amenunua NTV.
Sasa wewe. Sasa wewe. Nani amenunua NTV?
Mimi nimekwambia hakuna
sema-
Mtanzania.
NTV ni nini?
Sema na
Wamenunua
your
nini?
chest.
Eh?
Na NTV ni nini? Wamenunua nini?
Listen.
Nikuulize, NTV ni nini? Wamenunua Fixing the Nation? Ama wamenunua nini?
Si ndio? Sasa wakinunua NTV, what does that mean? Fixing the Nation is a
Nani-
program of NTV.
And what else?
Nani amenunua NTV, bro?
Immediately after saying kwamba NTV has been bought by a Tanzanian prominent business person, the state ordered for release of 800 million pending fees for media houses. Do you now understand why I'm saying? Because someone within the state is a beneficiary of those pending bills. Why now? Just after NTV has been sold
They
out.
released 800 million.
Yeah, because
Alafu Odhiambo is coming here.
Odhiambo
to tell us
anakuja kutuambia.
ati sasa hii kijana ametoka huku mali ulikuwa unauza toothpaste.
huko ati Mutua.
Ati
I
Mutua
don't
sasa
disagree.
Mutua is the one who caused the case of 2007.
Mutua amefanya makosa. But is that what we are dealing with now? So tusahau 50 billion imepotea kwa SHA, tusahau all those and start talking about 207.
Nobody has asked you to forget.
When criminals of crimes against
nobody has asked you to
humanity
forget.
are holding state offices.
Nobody has asked you to forget. What I'm saying was very simple.
That's the
Jagger.
intention of it.
What I was asking is very simple. You don't know my intention. I asked you, as an established podcaster,
Okay.
to tomorrow hold a review without being afraid on the 2007 election, because something has been revealed. Don't do that.
Why is he?
Don't do that here. Don't do that here. That's not in order.
That's not. You are not in order. You're
Yeah.
not. You're not in order.
I'm not in order, but I have kept him for long.
Okay.
So he can
Okay,
wait. You are the first. You come first. Now, the reason I'm saying this, Jagero, all along, we've seen people being charged in ICC. We've known different people to be the ones who bear the high responsibility. Nimrod Mbai, who was the bodyguard of Alfred Mutua, who said himself, without anybody cajoling him, that he was given 2 guns, and Samuel Kivuitu announced President Kibaki amidst pressure. They knew so well that President Kibaki did not win, but they forced an announcement. And it's Alfred Mutua who picked Nimrod Mbai and Samuel Kivuitu from KICC to State House. What I'm asking you is, this,
On whose orders?
of
Wait,
course,
SK
on whoever's
Macharia
orders.
said
On whoever's orders, okay? That's what I'm asking for.
Macharia said it.
I don't know why this thing works you up. Because
No,
what
no.
I'm asking of you is
I am-
very simple.
What I'm very,
Odhiambo must remember.
I'm really angry because
About what?
Wait, how many people died in 2007?
And that's what I'm asking you for.
1,500.
That's what I'm saying.
The documented ones.
Alfred Mutua has a responsibility in the skirmishes of 207.
I do not-
He cannot escape it.
I do not think
whether
that
you like it
small
or
boys
not.
like Mutua
He's not a
will
small
do
boy.
anything,
He's not a small boy.
It's like
Bwana.
Mutua.
By
Who was
207,
Mutua in 207?
Mimi nashangaa.
he's not a small boy. He was the government spokesperson.
Ati sasa sayu tuambie huyu Isaac Mwaura
ati sasa-
ati amepanga mambo kwa serikali. Wewe bwana.
Sasa wewe
Wewe,
Sawa.
wewe.
Sasa nyinyi mnajua nani alipanga?
Come on.
Nyinyi
Tunajua wale
mnajua.
walipanga.
Si
Kuna watu
useme.
wenye walipanga walikuwa wana dance.
Nani?
Mama kutoka sijui wapi.
Okampo anajua wale
Yes,
walipanga.
yule
Nani
mama-
alipanga?
Yule mama
Ocampo.
alikuwa na yule mama yako yule. Anaitwa
Wewe
nani?
ngoja. The person who knows wale walipanga ni Okampo.
Martha Karua
Sio
was what?
na Fato Bensouda.
Who was Martha Karua in 2007?
She was
Was
the
a
justice
minister.
minister.
Of Justice.
Yes.
Na ni yeye alikuwa anashika mkono ya Kibaki. Na ni yeye alikuwa anasema Wajaluo hawezi pata hii kitu. Ni yeye. Sasa wanarudi NTV wanazunguka for
Let me tell you the intention.
Can I ask you? How long ago is it?
19 years.
You're shocking me, Jagero.
Alafu wanazunguka
You
hii.
know,
namna hii.
Ngoja.
you know you're shocking me.
Ngoja.
I've simply invited you to do a review on this thing. But you
Let me
guys
say-
are taking a whole
let me tell
different
you.
tangent, bro.
No. This is what the intention is.
Okay.
To keep some people heated up about Raila Odinga and the election in 207. Widen the rift between Mount Kenya and Luo Nyanza.
Yeah.
Ignite the conversation about betrayal against Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
We are going to an election.
Conspiracy theories will never win.
No. I told you.
They've never won. Conspiracy theories have never won.
Hii kijana hii.
He's not a
Na
kijana.
Martha Karua alikuwa na dance juzi.
How
Anasema
old?
Ruto is the worst that has ever happened to this country.
And I'm not supporting
And
Martha Karua.
if you look at her eyes.
Jagero,
in
stop
2000
shouting. I'm talking to you, please.
Wewe bwana, wewe umetuboa sana.
No, you cannot shout at us, and we are simply talking, surely. And the point is,
Hata Joakim is not happy with you.
Martha Karua is well known in this country. What she did, her role is clear. It's just a revelation that Nimrod Mbai, who was the bodyguard of Alfred Mutua, evidence on TV what happened, plus the former ECK commissioners. And
Where?
I'm asking you, can you review? If
Sasa-
you can't review,
sasa-
it's your podcast.
what
You don't have
is
to
the
review
biggest-
it.
question.
Hebu nikuulize. Sasa huyu kijana mwenye alikuwa mbaya na ni nani sasa?
Ndio nakwambia. SK Mashari alituambia mchana kwamba yeye aliitwa, alipigiwa simu saa 7 usiku akaambiwa waende wa doctor results in the presence of Raila Odinga.
Yes.
Akasema we were told to go and doctor result, I didn't have an option.
Yes.
Hii mambo NTV meleta ni mambo tunajua. The big question about post-election violence is killing of the people. And we
Yes.
know who did that. Nimrod Mbai.
Hiyo mambo ya Nimrod Mbai imeniudhi to the whole time because it's useless.
Betrayal in the city. Huyu anaitwa nani? Mwenda Pole. Mwenda Pole amesema ukweli.
Wewe rudi ukae bwana, tunamaliza bwana.
Hatuwezi maliza kama huko hapa.
Wewe rudi ukae bwana. We are going to you. You're going to you. Wezi kuja hapa na.
Let me tell you something, Jagero.
Okay, tell me.
You know you're my friend.
Okay.
If you want to hold conversations with me, never ever try again to shout.
But it was
This
over.
guy wants
it
to
was
intimidate
I
us.
want, no, I'm not intimidating
and
you.
tremble in
I'm
his
asking.
presence.
Yeah.
No, if you're trembling, I didn't ask you.
No, that's
to.
what you.
If you're trembling, just
Ati
tremble.
You are truly, you are a dictator.
ati tukisema
I didn't ask you to tremble. Anyway, Jagero.
Anyway,
you know,
you kitu imeniudhi but sorry.
you know,
sorry.
I accepted. You know, Jagero.
Yes.
This thing of 207 is very emotive for many people, including myself.
Yes.
The reason is, all along, we've known people have been persecuted wrongly in this
Yes.
thing. If the person who enforced, whether it was doing it
Can I
on
tell
orders of no, you can't do that. If those people, come on, urge,
But
waende.
you have walked out. and
No,
come
you can walk out
He
and
went
come
to
back.
look for water.
Yes, you can walk out and come back.
Yeah, he went to look for
back. Mnataka
Take this
kunikalia
thing
na mwana
seriously.
hiyo.
Okay, tunamaliza.
Yeah.
Tunamaliza. Wacha tumalize alafu.
Wacha tumalize.
Yes.
This thing, we've known all along that some people who were taken to Hague were actually having the highest responsibility on this issue. But yesterday we learned of so many other things that came about, including the involvement of Alfred Mutua. And one of the reasons why I was asking you to hold a conversation around it was this.
We will.
That we need the Department of Criminal Justice in Kenya, or the institution of criminal justice, the main institutions, to zero in on these other people as well. There's no need of Alfred Mutua holding a public office now, especially in this regime, when he's adversely mentioned as he is mentioned in that documentary, and even a very big part of that clip evidences clips of him at Citizen TV talking about how they rigged the election. Such a man deserves not to be at any public service seat that is working for Kenyans. And that's why I was asking, nothing else.
Okay.
Thank you.
That is fair. Somebody is saying that na nyinyi mmeshika nare. Things have gone south very fast. They have left. They have be a man. Leave that working as the number rain. What did they do? They left.
I don't know what they left for.
I think they left the group.
I had to bring a cup of water, guys.
Meona mwingine amesema Fiat.
Fiat is the system.
Can you give me your last one so that we can? Because what wanasema nyinyi?
All I can say is that thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time.
Okay, therefore your last one, please.
My last one is that democracy will never work in administration.
Yeah.
Nairobi Hospital is the crown jewel of our healthcare system in Kenya. We're not going to lose it because of little disagreements. If the president decides to intervene, as they have invited him to, they can also disinvite him. But as long as they've invited him to, something must be done.
Yeah.
And whatever needs to be done has to be done.
I also think that there's something really that is stinking at Nairobi Hospital, and it needs to be taken care of. I wish that we could have a proper investigation to this issue.
Yes.
The investigation report should be made known to Kenyans. And also, it would be very nice for one of the things that I don't know, but this is probably the way the government runs, is that sometimes there could be some things that are very heated in the country.
Yeah.
And we don't hear the president pronouncing himself on these matters. I think it would be important for us to hear from the parties that are involved, have what is it called? A communication from the office of the president as to what is really, really happening, so that all these rumors can be set aside and we can see the facts for what they are. So people of the internet, thank you very much. It is always nice having Odhiambo. Thank you very much for holding fort. The man with the experience, the man with the research, the man that has got all
the manager of all everything.
Walisema na huyu jamaa anatoanga hizi vitu wapi?
I want you to tell them that where we remove these things. I've taken you to them.
I'm not telling them.
Okay.
I'm not telling. I think that is
privileged information.
We have got privileged information.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, people of the internet. It's always nice having you. Please consider subscribing. If you're here, you don't subscribe. Please do subscribe. Hit on that notification bell. Follow us online, and if you until another episode. Bye for now. This is heated. Thank you very much, people.
Thank you.